They gave up. There it is.
I don't want to
33-13. Dallas Cowboys.
Rewind it.
That's not the rewind
Victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, who are what? Now 10-3. And the Dallas Cowboys are 10-3. This is going to get interesting. This is going to get very interesting. Now, what are we doing? Are we going to roll right into our post game?
Yeah, I think
No,
so.
I got to do something first.
So I say we do.
Well, but fairly close. What I'm saying is don't.
Yeah, I'll go to the different.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
Yeah, no, just stay on. I'll go to the different room.
We're going to do a post game here. We're going to want your thoughts. Adam, actually, if there are any thoughts in chat that you want to roll through. If not, I can keep talking.
You keep talking right now.
Okay, so make sure you hang out here in chat. We are going to be going to our post game, and once we hit that post game, we're gonna just go into the thoughts of the game, recap the game, looking at stats, fucking looking at Mike McCarthy laughing, Mr. Chuckles himself. Laughing up a storm. And he's walking over to shake hands with Sirianni. The Dallas Cowboys end up with a victory here over the Philadelphia Eagles, 33-13, putting the Eagles in their place and really showing the rest of the NFL that, hey, our defense ain't a bunch of fucking trifling fools, okay? We're someone to reckon with. And we thought that we might have a problem with these wideouts. Unfortunately, not a lot of offense here from the Eagles. And I'm just trying to actually pull out so I can see Eagle stats. Sorry, one sec. Okay, let me get over.
I'm just updating the
You do what you got to do.
the reaction to it.
I'm trying to get
Andrew
our stats.
Andrew Pennycook says that was a complete performance. Offense.
What did I tell you, baby? Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl!
Super Bowl!
Let's start off with a cry. Eagles cry. Oh, we got that little
That's Ant over there.
motherfucker.
Ant's over there cutting
Jalen
some
Hurts.
Instagram stuff, son.
Oh, my God. He actually had to play quarterback. You couldn't have your little pussy tush push win you the game today.
There he
didn't
goes.
have Sirianni and Big Dom finger fucking the refs today. Oh, my God. 3 fumbles, 3 recoveries by the Cowboys. Bandwagon boys, what do we think about that shit?
Cry, Eagles, cry!
Crack them if you got them!
All we gotta say is the Cowboys are Super Bowl favorites.
I hurt my throat on that.
Since
So,
the preseason.
Jose Martinez is
Have
saying
been
that Gilly
since
should be
now.
player of the
All
game.
we have for
He
you
had some
guys,
pretty clutch
Dak
stops.
Prescott possibly player of the game, but we're going with
Okay.
this guy. Automatic Aubrey.
Yeah, Gilly had actually
AKA
9
the
solo
Eagles
tackles, so he was
player.
out there doing
So
some
we got
business.
4 words for
But look,
you guys.
we're an offensive
How
driven.
about them
Cowboys!
And Philly fans, suck my dick.
Man. How about them Cowboys? Armando Vega, hey, you gotta head to work, son. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Get some shut-eye before
Dude,
that.
get some fucking shut-eye.
That's epic. That guy's epic.
Forever DC says the D really stepped up and brought it to them. Yeah, man, the defense today. This goes out to everybody who said the Dallas Cowboys defense is a fraud. They're not dogs. Like, that was a solid defensive performance tonight. Period. End of story. You gone, son. And like, okay. 33-13 was the final score. How many points did the Philadelphia Eagles offense score outside of the kickers? I said it was a special teams because it's a kicking team. That's technically what they're classified as. So whether or not you want to call the special teams offense, the offense on the Philadelphia Eagles did not score a touchdown today.
No. It was all kicks all day.
Oh, and our boy Double R with a $2 super chat saying, "Where are those haters now? Go Cowboys." It's the best thing about tomorrow is going to be going through every fucking analysts and listening to their gosh darn excuses on why the Dallas Cowboys aren't the team.
Corporate Adam steps in and censors himself.
Well, sometimes you just got to for the
But
comedy of it.
honestly, for the effect, it was good. Hey, I am super happy that Ant went ahead and threw that $80 bet on the.
Saved it. I saved the day.
You saved the day. You
What about
saved
me?
our.
What about me?
Oh yeah, add Hundo. If you're throwing that in the pool,
Well, what? No, what? You did a side bet, and
I did a side.
I did a
bet against
$100
the
side
bet.
bet against another guy who said, "I'm taking the Eagles on the plus. I'm taking the Eagles on the plus 3.5."
and
I
you
said done. I said done deal. And then Ant said that's a bad bet. I should have just said straight up. And I said, I don't know these things. I'm just fucking going for the Cowboys all day. So now, and he was fucking messaging me this entire game, being like, "Here's my email for the e-transfer. So I'm gonna fucking start collecting, kid. I'm gonna toss me one, son.
That's it. We're out of fucking.
No, I got more upstairs. I'll go get more. I got 3 more upstairs for the post game. I got more for the post game. AJ, you got to start talking though.
Excuse me. I'll start talking now.
Okay.
And then when you get back down, I'm gonna go for a little whisk. But then, are we gonna do the post game?
We're already in the post game.
We're in it right now.
Yeah, we're just post gaming.
Oh shit! Well, okay.
This is what we do post game, though. Post game.
You're not. Your mic's not even.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm looking at shit.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got in chat real quick. Cowboys Nation, let's brag with class this week. I love that. That's from Double R. And that's how I always like to roll. We're not here to fucking make anyone's week any worse than they want to make it. Okay? If they shut their mouths, I'm not going to rub my fucking dirty underwear in their face. But the second that they say shit to me, yeah, now it's coming out. Here's the underwear I have not washed for the week, and I'm going to rub it under your nose. And you can smell that for the rest of the fucking week. Because until next Sunday, Cowboys are on top of the world. We just beat the Eagles. And the Eagles are the #1 seed of the NFC Beast. All right?
NFL.
Of the NFL.
NFL, not NFC Beast.
Sure.
The Eagles are the #1 seed in the NFL. Crack me if you got it.
Crack me if you got
Do you
'em.
got any over there, or are we out?
We're out, but
I had
Adam
to bring
said
a
he's
couple
got,
down.
yeah.
This is the thing. The Eagles are technically the best team in the NFL, and we just butt fucked them. We smoked them.
Yeah.
And I fully expected this. I was kind of nervous betting on with a big portion of our money on the -3 or +3, whatever the fuck it was, because divisional games are so weird.
Yeah.
But
I thought it would be. I honestly thought it would be closer. I felt confident the Cowboys would win. Honestly, I thought it would be a 30-27, that type of game.
the Eagles, dude, the Eagles aren't who people think they are. And we just showed right now, even if we have to go in at the 5th seed, yeah, crap. Give me one of those. How many do you got? Only 3?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's all we got. That's all we got.
I just cracked one, so I'm a double dose. I'm a double dose queen.
We crushed through a 24 case. I like that.
You know, if we're saucy jacking it tonight, we crack them if you got them,
Crack 'em if
kid.
you got 'em, man.
Crack 'em if you got them, son.
Okay,
So other big polls from today's game. Let me just tell you, Dak Prescott finished up 24 for 39,
Yeah.
271 yards, an average of 6.9 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So in terms of his type of play that he's been doing recently, a little bit lackluster. You know, I would have liked to seen 300 yards and another touchdown out of the guy. But look, he still finished with no interceptions. That means he's up to 28 touchdowns this season. A 99.4 rating from, I guess, NFL.com or however they...
Armando Bega, Anth's eyes are invisible, by the way.
that's the best. That's the best size.
Hey, that's the best he cursed. AJ, that's what we call a fucking class act ass whooping. I don't even need to look at these stats, but I love to see him. That is what we call an absolute ass kicking. No Eagles fans up in this chat. No random ass Atlanta Falcons fan, Bills fans, anyone up in the chat being like, oh, I thought you guys were going to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, this team is good enough. And I'm not trying to cut a promo, but I feel like I'm cutting a promo.
Cut it, son.
This team is good enough to go deep into the postseason. This team is good enough. The coaching's good enough. The quarterback's good enough. The defense is good enough. The receivers are good enough. The tight ends, the offensive line, the defensive line. Everybody is good enough on this team to make it a very, very good run to what do we call it? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby.
Super Bowl. And look, that's where we want to go. I mean, do you think that we have that?
Yeah.
With the ingredients that we have on the field?
Definitely.
Hey,
100%.
look, all you can say is this. For the last 13 weeks, people have been touting Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. Maybe the last 12 weeks. Let me even just say that, just to be fair. Actually 13, but after they had a loss last week, it was a little bit more silent. But still, Eagles were the team to beat. Now the Cowboys come in.
That's a TikTok.
What the hell
Good
was
activity
that?
on TikTok.
We like it. Whatever that was.
Okay, sorry. I'll go dark mode
Can
for
I
a
keep
second.
going?
Yeah, go keep going.
I thought
Well-
AJ's alarm was going off.
Me too. I was like, is it time to eat? No. Cowboys go in, make a victory point, get that victory against the team that everyone needs to beat. Okay? I still think scariest team, 49ers.
Oh, but 100%.
But now we
Niners.
know no one else stands in our way. It's the 49ers.
Yeah, if the Cowboys
That
can
is
play.
it.
The difference between the Eagles, the first time we played the Eagles, and the first time when we played the 49ers was after the Eagles game, a couple bounces go differently, like fumble recoveries. The game's completely different. Whereas when we played the Niners, they just
It was
smacked us.
just- Yeah. No, you're right. The first game with the Eagles, not only
Close game.
not only those bounces, but also 2 touchdowns negated because of bad fucking
Just weird shit.
yeah. One was a big floppy foot by Dak, and the other was a bad knee.
Even if the Eagles finish first in the division, they're not the best team in the division.
Paul says, sorry, I'm going to send, I forgot to send Bryson the post game.
Oh yeah, get Bryson in here.
Paul says, reminds me the story of the hare and the tortoise for the Eagles and the Cowboys. The hare is done in after a hot start, and the Cowboys are growing week by week. So Eagles are the
Couldn't
hare,
agree more.
Cowboys are the tortoise.
Couldn't agree more.
Hey, I just want to do this.
Do it.
Ad's kind of lacking too on one of his sound
Yeah,
bites.
yeah, I'm coming for it right now. It's because it's going to the hot start of that.
You're
that
lacking.
post game.
How about them Cowboys?
Cowboys!
Yeah, boy. Oh, I just love. You know what? I would rather have a game like this where, at any point, was there any worry? Sure, there were some people when Dak got sacked, fumbled, they picked it up and returned it. You always think you get that situation where you feel as a Cowboys fan, you're like, oh, this is where we fucked up. This is the TSN or the ESPN turning point. That fumble return for a touchdown, you want to feel like that was that point. I didn't today. I didn't feel that at all because the Eagles prior to that hadn't showed anything. So I was confident the whole game. That was a game.
Yes.
I didn't feel pressure as a fan that whole game. I really didn't.
I was nervous coming into the game. I was nervous for the first half. For the first quarter.
Yep.
Then, second quarter, we started to put a little pressure on.
Then you hit that J.
Then I hit that
Double
J,
J.
and then when I
Double
came
J.
back, I was just like, sweet.
You double waged?
Okay, here, hey, boys and girls, children of all ages. We've seen them in the pregame. We've seen them in the halftime.
Bring him in.
And now it's the post game, ladies and gentlemen, from the Carving It Up podcast.
One of the most handsomest men.
Okay, don't even say hi, Bryson. Just fucking start talking about Dak's performance tonight, please.
Most valuable player. Next.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. What a way to sum that up. Let me shorten it with an acronym. MVP.
MVP.
Is that what they say? Is that usually how it goes?
Well, in Canada, we call it the MV fucking P.
MV
Yeah, is that what
fucking
they
P.
say? Yeah, okay. No, but no, listen, Dak was really good tonight. I thought he did a good job of really kind of setting that tone for Dallas right off the bat with those first couple of drives. Obviously, at the end of the first half, we talked about. I'll tell you this, though. Obviously, he tailed off the second half, the strip sack, Jalen Carter. I thought it was very impressive by Dallas. Dak, if I had to give him a grade, I'd give him a solid B+. Dak was good. He was special, like he's been in the last month and a half. I think the fact that Dallas was able to win a game in which Dak was pretty good with a great running game, the defense gave up only 6 points in the game. Brandon Aubrey, fellas, you kidding me? I mean, this dude, give him the game ball for all I care.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, cracking player of the game.
Player of the game. You have to.
Very well deserved. Yep. But listen, complete win for Dallas against. I heard I was watching your post game show. I heard you mentioned Anthony, the number 1 seed in the entire NFL, coming in this game, not just FC, to come in and do what they did. I think that was a big boost of confidence, and to have the play that they did with the touchdown. Yes, it's an 11-point game. Yes, you're at home, but these are the games that Philadelphia attempts to ride the momentum, and Dallas didn't blink. They didn't blink. They got the 4th down stop. Gilmore was awesome today. Just a complete team win, and they were the better team from start to finish. And for concern, the only team up over them today right now is the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Just given what they've shown from start to finish. But outside of that, I would take Dallas to beat anybody in football.
Oh, I like to hear that. You're getting me pumped. Like my heart rate was just going down, and now it's right back up. You're right. Everything you said is spot on. I agree.
But Bryson is right. We have to now go forward, win out the rest of the season, and then hope that we're going to meet, well, not even hope. The probability is that we're going to meet the fucking San Francisco.
You're meeting both. If
Probably.
If you finish 5th in the seeding, there's more than likely there's a very good chance, because this is what's going to happen. 5th seed, you play the NFC South, right?
Yeah.
You beat them. Then you play San Francisco. If you beat them, you're more than likely playing Philly for the NFC Championship game. There's no way around it. Like, you're more than likely going to play both of them. The only way you're not playing both of them is if you get 1st seed and one of them gets knocked out in the divisional, in the wild card, and then the divisional, they're playing each other. So it's just, if you want to make the Super Bowl, expect to play against both those teams in the postseason.
Mm.
Well, even still, whoever comes in second in the NFC East is going to absolutely the NFC South win. Like, Dallas, Philly might as well get a bye to begin with to get to the divisional round. Obviously, they'll be taking the show on the road. So Dallas, if Dallas were to end up getting the 1 seeds you guys mentioned, they probably would still end up seeing Philadelphia. But
you'll see both. You're going to see both. The difference is if you get the 1st seed, or even if you get the 1st place in the division, at least you're playing one of those games against one of those teams, or both of those teams at home, right? That's the main thing.
Sure.
The Cowboys now, 15 games in a row wins at home. They've won 15 in a row at home. They have a home field advantage.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's clear as day. They have a home field advantage. That's why getting these 1st and 2nd seeds is so important. People that want to tell you, the regular season doesn't matter, it matters because of this. You need to place yourself going into the postseason. Dallas has been on the road in the last few years when they went into the postseason. It would be nice to have a couple of home games.
Boys.
No question. And one thing,
Sorry, Bryson.
Jason Garrett.
Sorry, 1 second, Bryson.
Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him.
Go ahead. Hey, Bryson.
No, well deserved, especially after this game. But but no, I'll tell you what. Jason Garrett was all over this last year, and Collinsworth on the broadcast was talking about tonight about how Dallas is still a lot of Dallas's players are pretty young. Think about Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, guys like that. Like, the turf advantage is a big one. Rather than play on grass, it kind of affects their speed in a certain way. So if you're able to play on turf, obviously Philadelphia, San Francisco, both grass fields. So if nothing else, that's an advantage unto itself. With obviously the great Dallas home crowd,
Definitely,
for sure. But that's gonna be key. And again, they've clearly proven they can beat Philly. Their only loss was by literal inches. And then the second time they smoked them 5 weeks later. For San Francisco, that's going to be the litmus test. They meet the 49ers where it is, and we'll see what happens. But I think this team, more than the team in 2021, certainly more than the last year's, more than capable of getting a win against the team.
I'll say this. I would rather us lose to the San Francisco Nine Nerds in week 5 versus us losing to the San Francisco Nine Nerds
no question.
Fucking the postseason, because we're coming for them.
I'm game. This team feels different this year. Last year, going into the postseason, I was like, we have some issues, we have some stuff. Dak looks flawless this year. Whatever this team does in the postseason, I'm just behind 100%.
No question. We have a quarterback playing at that level, and your coach is doing the job that he's doing. And listen, the defense and you guys, I have more concerns than you guys about the performance against Seattle and how Geno played and everything. But listen, they held them scoreless the fourth quarter. They got the stops when they needed to, and you saw a lot of that tonight, obviously. And you guys, by the way, props to y'all. Y'all called the turnover.
AJ did.
AJ
called.
Good job,
called.
AJ.
I don't know. Did he call the fumble? Because I thought he called the fumble. He might have just said turnover. I might have just created that in my brain.
I said turnover.
You might have said turnover, but AJ.
I'll accept.
Seriously, that play, you said it though. Like they were lining up, and you're like, I feel something coming up. It's like, oh, AJ's weed's kicking in.
Well,
Bryce, right. There's something to that.
Yeah, kicked in. Smoke more of that, man.
Yeah, Bryson was texting me as that was happening. He's like, AJ called it. Y'all called it.
AJ did. He fucking called it. That's
Look at him. Look at this kid just sitting here. You know, we didn't get we didn't win our bets except for me. And
no,
then
we won a bet.
we won the spread.
Our lesser. We did the spread.
I
bet.
won the spread. That's right.
So did they. I did an $80 spread bet for us.
All we need the boys to do is come together in these last 4 games and start putting the defense and offense together at the same time. Okay?
That's it.
I think throughout the season, we've kind of seen a little bit. It's not been detrimental, obviously, but at times we've seen this flip-flop between offense carrying defense and defense carrying offense, and or maybe that was vice versa, considering the week 1 to.
But tonight, do you call that a complete win? I think all 3 phases played great tonight.
You know what? Absolutely, but I still
30 was it 33 we scored?
I think
33-13?
Yes, and I think they should come away from each game with a game ball, okay? But then also with like, hey, this is where we need to improve and keep pushing ourselves at. Because don't become satisfied with this game. It was a good win, but there were parts of the game that when we run into San Francisco, they're going to capitalize on those moments. And
definitely.
So that's all I'm saying is like consistently get better. Accept this win. This is a fucking victory. Take it home. Celebrate it. But when we get back on the practice field come Monday.
Well, hey, do you need another joint? Like that just fucking made me so down.
Yeah, I thought this was their most complete game as a team.
Let me go get.
I thought their offense.
I am, but I'm just looking forward now. I'm looking forward now to like we're gonna have to play the 49ers.
Yeah, definitely.
We went from AJ Cole to
no.
Hey guys, don't fucking settle. No.
Yeah. I agree with what you're saying. As far as it goes to playing the 49ers, I get that.
That's what I mean. That's all I'm getting at.
But tonight, the Cowboys probably played one of their most
absolutely a great game.
You're playing the first
very good game.
You got to You got to put the opponent in here, right? Last week they were 9-1, right? Sure, they're last week they were 10-1. Now they're 10-3, right. But that shouldn't devalue what they've done. We're still playing against technically the best team in the NFL.
Yes.
The offense put up 33 points. Sorry. The offense put up what they did. Aubrey put up what he did. The defense had 3 turnovers. It was a pretty, as far as complete games go, but don't set your hat on this game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying is like celebrate the game for what it is, but just realize that like now we have to still win out 4 games to be just to fucking see what we got. Because if Eagles falter again, then we can take that number 1
But next
position.
time before you say something, say, hey, I'm going to be a super downer. I'm going to say a really downer.
Hey, just quickly, Paul's taking off. It's 5 a.m. for him. He has to work in 3 hours.
We love you, man. We love
you. You guys are See, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. I don't know if I would stay up that late.
Let me get a little of this
that
hot.
Is like, man, respect to the commitment.
I respect that. I would
100%. I'd be able to do that.
You would, because you're a maniac with sleep. I've been around you. We've traveled together. Ad's always up and on. I'm not that way. I hit a point, I just will sleep.
I definitely, out of the 3 of us, I have a no sleep constitution.
Yeah, you do. You definitely could go. Ad can roll 2 hours, but he can't roll drinking with no food.
Well, I did. I survived with no hangover, so technically, maybe I did. I was a great time that night.
Debatable.
Hey, I was a great time that night.
Fucking debatable.
Yeah, he's just nervous. That was the one time in his entire life that he had to deal with me with the mustache.
No, I didn't even deal with you. I just kind of pushed you at Alex. I just said, fight him.
Like, why are you trying to fight me? Fight Alex. Just put Alex in an armbar.
No, because Adam will come at you hard and he'll come at you frisky.
Like real rock hard. Like,
oh yeah,
He'll do it.
Bryson, it's 12 o'clock somewhere, you know?
It's almost 12 o'clock on the East Coast, and Bryson's with us, which we love.
Yeah,
Bryson, I got to ask you. So we were talking, I know you kind of let out with it. We picked our Kraken player of the game. You kind of said who you thought it should be, which kind of went into us, but we need it on the record. Who's your Kraken player of the game?
I got to give it to Aubrey. Dak's my guy, but what Aubrey did, I think that field goal that put him up 10-0 was a big time momentum changer. And props to McCarthy for putting the trust in him. 60-yarder with, early in the game, you missed that. Phillies at midfield, like all of a sudden, you look at the score 33-13, you're like, oh, that doesn't matter. But the flow of the game, you never know what could happen in terms of the momentum. So for him to make that, and by the way, freaking drill it. I mean, he could have made that crap from 70.
Drilled them.
Both of those
The 60 and the 59.
The 59 and 60 could have been 70-yarders.
Could have.
Yeah.
Bryson is speaking facts. Think about it. On both of those kicks, and especially that first one, because that was the one that really kind of
And the game was close. The game was close.
It was close.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys said, no, we're going for it.
Well, I was
Aubrey
like,
nails it.
I was like,
60 yards?
I was like, you can't
That's
punt.
not something that you just...
No, that's a fucking beauty kick. That's a hard kick.
It's not something that you just go, you know what? A kicker can make this. No, that's putting some weight on his shoulders.
Yep.
And he's walking in here with probably
How did he walk out there with those giant balls?
Well, no, he doesn't. He's got a little baby European balls. He doesn't have those North American balls that we do, boys.
Brendan Aubrey,
okay?
He's not European. But Brendan Aubrey's not European, though, is he?
No,
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He is? I'm going to have to do Google search.
No,
on
he's
that.
American.
He's American. He grew up in Texas. He
He
played
played
through
the USFL.
He played through USFL, and he also played through the Texan soccer system.
Yeah, he got drafted by the MSL.
He played soccer.
Yeah, he played. Okay, there you go. There you go.
But hey, football.
Yeah.
He's European enough for me. Okay.
He's from
Anyways,
Missouri, guys.
From
my-
Missouri. He's from Missouri.
Hey,
Those
look,
big old
yeah.
fucking Missouri nuts.
He
Those
might have
fucking
some big.
Missouri
He
nuts.
probably look. Now we know he's got some big old fucking camel nuts.
Oh
on
yeah,
him.
he's got big old. He's got big old
Huge
balls.
balls.
On him. Huge balls.
Okay,
Oh,
Bryson,
you know what's funny, though?
we all rock.
Bryson, I have a question for you.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
besides Aubrey, because we said Aubrey, a lot of chat, I think, was split 50-50, Aubrey or Gilmore. Tell us a little bit about Gilmore from what you saw him play tonight. How big were some of his stops tonight for the Cowboys?
It wasn't just his stops. Obviously, think about the plan, Devontae Smith forcing those 2 fumbles. I thought he was absolutely fantastic on AJ Brown. AJ Brown at no point in the game, he made the one catch, but outside of that, or the one downfield catch, outside of that, I thought he was fantastic in terms of coverage. The fact that it's the luxury. When you added a guy like Gilmore, obviously former defensive player of the year, he was more of a luxury than a necessity because you did have Trayvon Diggs.
Facts.
But once Trayvon Diggs goes down, now all of a sudden you're that number 1 corner.
Yeah.
And he looked every bit like the guy in 2019 who won the defensive player of the year with the New England Patriots. So I thought he was fantastic, facing against one of the best receivers in the league. By the way, San Francisco's defense played really well, and I know some of that was garbage time yards. I thought AJ Brown was one of the few bright spots for the Eagles last week, and tonight I don't know what his stat line is. I'll need to pull it up. But
So
he
that's
was virtually no show.
So that's what they did. They locked AJ Brown up with Gilly. And as Cowboys fans, we always, because it gets tricky with us in the offseason because they put every free agent, every trade on the block that it's going to the Cowboys, right? And the one trade we made that none of us ever expected was trading for Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably been arguably the
for
best
a 5th round pick, by the way.
Yeah, it's been the best move by the front office in the offseason.
Now, Anth, you got flagged for calling out Cooks as the. Do you remember that?
I thought Cooks was when they brought
Which-
Cooks in and during the training camp where he was burning everyone. I was like, this is the best trade the Cowboys have made in the last 30 years.
It
might be Gilly,
No,
though.
it
might be Gilly.
It might be Gilly.
Gilly was a fantastic trade. No.
You don't look at that because, sorry, I think it was Bryson that just said. At the time we traded for Gilly, it was like, oh, it's a depth thing. Like, obviously, it's dope to have him on the other side of Trayvon Diggs.
Right.
But imagine where we would be right now without Gilmore.
Oh, it would be
Up shit creek, man.
Up shit creek. The thing about the Cooks trade, crack him if you fucking got him,
Crack
bitch.
him if you got him, son.
Not even son, bitch. When we're in post game,
Crack him if you got him, bitch.
Crack him if you got him, bitch. Sorry, Bryson, for the language.
And we were
sometimes-
talking to
don't
you,
worry about it.
Bryson.
Yeah, we were talking to you, Bryson.
Of course.
What I was going to say about Cooks, there's also that thing that we talked about, CeeDee Lamb. You need a veteran receiver who can come in and help coach some of the guys up. So you see it countless times. Like there's good chemistry with the wide receiver room. CeeDee Lamb's having probably arguably his best season ever.
Not even arguably. CeeDee
No
Lamb's
question about it.
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb's having his best season
So
by far.
Okay, so you put someone like Cooks on that team, he has to be a contributor to that. You can't eliminating Cooks out of the wide receiver room. I don't think a CeeDee Lamb would be having the type of season he would be having right now. Period.
No,
End
you're
of
right.
story.
I agree.
Move on.
I agree
No,
with that.
you're right. No, you're right. Jalen Tolbert, 0 catches. Kevontae Turpin, 0 catches.
What I like to see though is Jakey Ferguson leading.
I like that kid, guys. I like him.
He's tough.
I like him.
He's tough.
No, he's tough. He's got attitude. He had the hurdle in this game reminded me of the Thanksgiving game from a year ago against the
Yep.
Giants. Very physical, good after the catch. Like Dallas might have actually found themselves. I thought Ferguson was a solid tight end. They might have found themselves a pretty darn good player here.
I think they got a TE1.
I
We
think
were
they did
on
too.
we were on
Oh,
edge.
yeah.
We were on edge at the start of the year.
Hey, look,
He's that dude.
His
If he-
his physicality,
His attitude.
his attitude. So when he fucking comes over and he drops his shoulder, he gets up and he's in people's faces.
And looks
like,
at
I
you,
fucking love
fucking love that,
it. Oh,
dude.
he's a big boy too, and if he's gonna average over 10 yards per catch, I mean, that is a change maker.
Yeah.
That is what you want your tight end to do. You know, a lot of teams have more than one tight end now, but for a tight end one, if he's going to average, like today's game, 14.4 average.
That's huge.
So, you know,
It's a first down.
every
and more.
time he's catching the ball, he's getting a first down. If your tight end is going to promise you that,
It's
I
huge.
mean,
The thing with him too, he can block, and I know it doesn't show this on the stats.
Yeah.
But all his catches, they were contested. It's not like he was wide open. He
Yeah.
caught him, and then he rumbled for another 5 to 10 yards.
mhm.
Like there was times he
Yes.
caught it, and he's still breaking tackles and lowering his
He's
shoulder
a big boy.
and jumping motherfuckers. Like it wasn't just okay. He's catching, and he's gained 14 yards. No, he's catching the ball at 8 yards and then rumbling for another 6.
And you know, just to add on to that, I'm going to be interested to add on his total right now to what Schultz did last year. And it's not a knock on Schultz, but also because Schultz blocked us, I do want to fucking rub it in his face.
Ferguson's already passed him.
I think so.
I remember
think,
that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Schultz blocked us.
Yeah.
What else? Imagine
That's
being
crazy.
an NFL player making millions of dollars and blocking people.
and probably at that time we were like
And
maybe
we
around like
didn't- no.
7,000 subs or something
We
like
didn't.
that.
No, we didn't. We didn't
I
like.
probably tagged him.
You tagged no, but we didn't say anything like mean.
Hey, that's
Oh,
debatable.
you did?
I was
hang
calling.
on,
I was.
Ants-
Yeah, I
Ants
did. I did. I
Ants
said
did
something
say-
mean.
No, you did.
No,
You
I just said. I said
you
he was
sent him a
asking for.
nude photo. You sent him a nude photo.
He's like, wow, how's this 5'10" guy have such a micro penis? No, but I did say to him that like he was reaching out to other teams. It's like, why I made a video and I don't even know if I tagged him in it. Probably did, but it was just saying you're in a good situation. You have a good quarterback. You're gonna make millions and millions of dollars.
Stop
Just
fucking
sign.
around. Yeah.
Just sign. He honestly,
Oh, it was about the signing.
it was a signing because he went out on a
And then he went ahead and signed, and then did not unblock you.
No.
That's son of a
I know.
bitch.
And like look, he's having a good season over at
got him on
Houston.
2
He
fantasy
is.
teams. Got him on 2
You got
fantasy
him on
teams.
But hey, Ultra Cowboy just said he got blocked by Jake. So
Jake
Ultra,
Ferguson.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh, Ultra did?
Ultra Cowboy.
You know, Ultra Cowboy
What
was
is it
taking.
about these tight ends, man?
You know, Ultra Cowboy was tagging him and everything,
Wow.
just saying that he wasn't fast enough.
Well, yeah, because Ultra Cowboy was a tight end, like in college.
Oh,
so
that's
Ultra's harder on the tight end.
Ultra, I love you, but I can totally understand the block. And I much love, brother. Much love. Please don't block us.
But at the same
I'll tell
time,
you
it's
what,
like
though,
you have to
the-
be looking at your comments or your messages. Like, would you be reading single messages from people?
I mean, as a tight end, yeah, because you're kind of
Think
like
so?
the
I
B
don't
C plus B players on the team sometimes. So you are more than likely going to be looking at that. However, Jake Ferguson is right up B plus to almost A on the receiving core. The way that he's moving with the Dallas
He's our
offense.
second wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Or second, I'm sorry, not
See-
wide receiver.
no.
He's our second skill position player.
For Dak. So CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson. Those are the CeeDee Lamb,
yeah.
Ferguson, Cooks. That's how I
the
kind
top
of
three,
rate
yeah.
it. Yeah.
We're going to do final thoughts here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get
Yeah.
Bryson.
Yeah,
Bryson,
Bryson, you hit
let's
up
hear
first.
some final thoughts here.
Yeah, listen, again, we've sort of harped on it, but this was Dallas's most complete game of the season, given the So now the narrative can't be, well, Dallas can't be good teams. Like that's in the trash. That's gone.
Yep.
That's no longer
Yep.
that's no longer here. I thought AJ hit on a really interesting point earlier that and you guys all talked about, like, don't get fat off this win, don't get too high on yourself. And I think the fact that Dallas is, given their upcoming schedule, they don't really have an opportunity to kind of catch their breath. They got to go to Buffalo, just a big win in Kansas City. They got to go to Miami, who's potentially a contender for that AFC crown. And then obviously you got Detroit floundering a little bit, but that's still an explosive offense. And then obviously finished with Washington. Like, this was kind of that stretch that the Eagles are finishing the stretch that we judge them by. The same could be said about the Cowboys. So
I want the tough teams. I want the tough teams.
And you beat them if you go through the stretch. I mean, best case scenario obviously is going undefeated in the stretch, but even if you come somewhere close to that, man, the momentum, division or not, the momentum that can create for you going to playoffs can't be understated. Because remember last year they had that, what was it, 26-6 loss to Washington where Dak was terrible. It was just a bad game.
Yep.
Yeah, they beat Tampa Bay, but it felt like it still kind of lingered for that Niners game the following week. So going to the playoffs with momentum, obviously Dak playing the way he's playing. This was the defense's best game of the year, in my opinion. Special teams was great. Coach Mike. So across the board, I give A's to everybody. So hats off to the Cowboys, but like y'all said, can't get too fat off this win. Big game against Buffalo next week.
Guys, I think out of all three of us, I got one thing I got to say to anyone that's not a Cowboys fan. I don't even know if we need to say our final thoughts, because after Eagles week, when we just bitched our divisional rivals, smacked them out, not even for a close game, all we want to say is if you know anybody that's not a Cowboys fan, we got some words for them tomorrow. Tell them to go fuck themselves! Bryson, we love you. Find out Bryson Carver.
Bryson
Carver podcast. We love you at the grid.
Carving It Up podcast. Go find him on all your social medias. Let's go. How about